You're probably not gonna like what I'm about to say, especially if you're a loctician. Y'all too perfect with y'all locks for me. Y'all too perfect. It's too perfect. And it's to the point where it's weird too perfect. This perfection with Microlocs is really starting to discourage people with having their locks all together. Y'all are too perfect. Y'all need to just tone it down. Y'all need to just tone it down. Welcome to the Lazy and Lock channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're a returning subscriber, as usual, thank you for your subscription. Welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a really quick video. I have been seeing, as you may already been seeing as well, just a lot of conversation around Microlocs. And if you choose to get Microlocs, then you have a certain position with texturism or you're texturist or whatever the case may be. But this video is not really that conversation. But what this video is a angle to that conversation, because I can see where this probably got way out of proportion. So I don't really mess around with the lock community, to be really 100% honest. I really literally just do my own thing. I use lock bonding adhesive to maintenance my locks. As you can see here, I have residue from when I used to use crazy glue on my locks, and I'm unapologetic about it. Now I have my own lock bonding adhesive agent, patent pending, trademark, and we still use adhesive, but we are doing it on our terms now. I do want to say that what I feel is happening with especially the Microlocs community and the lock community is y'all a little bit too out of control with the perfection of y'all Microlocs, and I'm gonna really explain it. Since being in business with UV Lock now for over a year and really trying to help people who want to salvage their Microlocs and then also have a DIY experience that doesn't include using tools or other traditional means of Microlocs maintenance, I've really come across a lot of my customers, now clients, since they're repeaters who come back and buy products, that there is a real misconception to the way a Microlocs journey is supposed to be started and maintained. And I think that that is very dangerous to new people who wants to try Microlocs, because let's keep it a buck. Microlocs is a thing now. Like, when you see people wanting to get locks and lock their hair, now it's like they're going straight for the Microlocs. They're not even really trying to explore what lock may be best for their lock style or lifestyle rather. They're just going strictly for, I want Microlocs. And because of that, there's a plethora of people out there who provide services that are selling certain points of the Microlocs journey, and it's really getting out of control. I haven't gotten a retie in probably over, at this point, 10 years in, maybe 7, 8 years ago when I first was established by my sister lock consultant trainee. But what I see online, as we all probably see, and also even dealing with this with close people to me who's wanting to get Microlocs and really embrace being in the Microlocs niche of having locks, there's just so much confusion, and there's so much of this having to be perfect with Microlocs. That is the most annoying thing to me with having Microlocs and being in a Microlocs niche within having locks, which is why I just don't even, like, I just don't. If you've been here, you already know. It's just the curation around what it means to have a smaller lock. And if you have a smaller lock, there's just so much rules, so much stipulations of, if you do this or if you don't do that, then this is what's going to happen to your locks. This is not what's going to happen to your locks. I personally seen beautiful heads of Microlocs that wasn't started out as sister locks, didn't have a particular grid, didn't even have a particular lock count. The locks were beautiful on the wearer's head, beautiful. But because they are seeing content on the internet talking about, if you don't have this grid, if you don't interlock or maintenance your locks within every 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, because there's so much rigidity also around that, if you go past that 6 to 8 week mark, then there's going to be an upcharge, because it takes work to maintenance locks, right? Especially Microlocs. But it's so annoying to me because it don't need to be that way at all. So what I'm finding now as a business owner, entrepreneur, and a founder of helping women to salvage their locks is that the main thing that they're trying to do is just get their locks back on track. And it's just so much bombarded information coming in that if I don't do XYZ, then I'm not going to have a successful microlock journey. And that's the part that really gets me, and it agitates me so bad. Let me show you something real quick. This lock bag right here, Ziploc bag, these are all the locks that's ever popped off of my head. And I probably got more down in like a bin where all my, products and stuff are. These are all the locks that fell off my head. These locks right here is my son's locks that I will eventually add to my existing locks. But this is what it means to have a lock journey. You're gonna go through this. It can't be skipped. Now, arguably, some people may say, well, you wouldn't have that breakage or that popping off if you did go to a loctician every 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, whatever the case may be. But that's not why I got locks. Most people don't get locks to have another obsession to deal with. Every 4 to 6 weeks to retie your hair, go to your loctician, make sure you're gridded good and all of that. And then if you go down the line and if you do the math on if you're gonna tip, gasoline, all of that, whatever the case may be, to have microlocks cost. But it doesn't have to cost you your common sense to think that, do I need to do this in order to have a successful lock journey? This is all my locks. I have way more. When I did my retwist back in December, there's some locks that I missed because I just wanted to get the base done. So I just never got to add locks here, over here. I mean, I had locks there. I wanted it to grow out a little bit more. If I go down, you can see the remnants of me using the crazy glue on my locks. And again, this is my lock journey. People put lock sprinkles in their microlocks. People have lint on their locks. Like, do not get bamboozled. Do not be out here looking and fixating on this content that is online. Don't do that. Don't do that. Microlocks is already seeming like the bourgeoisie, the sedity side of having locks. I said this before in another video. It's like having microlocks is like, it's the bougie side of having locks. So everything has to be perfect. Everything needs to be pristine. Every grid has to be perfection. Now, this is not a shade towards locticians who that's their work. There's nothing wrong with that. You can exist in two different worlds with having microlocks. I semi-freeform my microlocks, meaning I have no grid. I have no particular time when I'm gonna retwist my locks or when I'm gonna, my locks is not the epitome of my life. It's not the center focal point of my life. I'm not gonna live my life surrounded by when I need to go see somebody to retie my locks. And yet, every time I go outside, I get the same reaction from people all the time. There's nothing wrong with having a specific and different lock journey. And I really need y'all to understand that and get that through your heads. If you are especially starting off getting microlocks, you're going to see a lot of lock content. You're going to see the girls doing the flip overs and showing the grids, and you're going to see all of that. You're going to see the clean parting. You're going to see locticians actually showing their work, which again, I don't dibble and dabble in that. That's what they do. That's the world of having microlocks. When you have professionals and they really take pride in their work, they're going to give you the grid. They're going to give you the straight parts. They're going to give you cylindrical locks that has no holes. That's fine. But to me, that's not what having locks is about. It's not about perfection. It's not about perfection. It's not about, oh, I have to get my microlocks retied because I'm going on a vacation. And if it's not retied or retwisted, well, pretty much retied, then I just can't. I'ma just throw on a wig. Because I'm also seeing that too. There's a lot of people who are getting into the microlocks game and they're just throwing wigs on top of their microlocks. You do you. But where is that coming from? Where is that insecurity coming from? And if you take a step back and you feel like it's coming from because you're scrolling on Instagram or you're scrolling on YouTube and you're seeing these shorts of women putting, you know, their hands through their scalp and really showing how perfect their grid is and everything like that, reevaluate, take a step back, and understand why you even want to get Microlocs in the first place. Why you even want to lock your hair in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a quick video that I wanted to kind of get out because I just see it too often. And of course, because of the business that I have, and I get a lot of direct messages and just, should I do this? Should I do that? Locks is so intentional and personal. You do what you can. I actually have a client right now of Loc'D who is salvaging her Microlocs. She took some time, she was going through some things, and she completely lost track of her Microlocs journey, and she wanted to salvage her locks. So we're talking, and I just love how, you know, I keep up with her, and she's saying, I'm taking it section by section, but it's really coming along. And I just love what I created because she's salvaging her locks, whereas she probably thought that she would have to cut them. And to me, that's all Loc'D by Loc'D Autonomy is about, which is my personal boutique lock hair brand for salvaging Microlocs and pretty much allowing you to achieve a DIY Microlocs journey without being tied to anybody or any type of rules that this having a smaller lock situation is creating. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. To my supporters, as always, I love you all. And until the next video, y'all be safe. Stop trying to be perfect with your locks. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.